station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Straight ahead on the news at noon, a heavy police presence at the Naval Observatory. What led up to the heightened security? And later, university students in the district taking it to the streets after a proposal to arm officers on campus. Why many are against the proposal. And developing now, some tense moments near the home of Vice President Kamala Harris as someone fired shots in the area. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Firefighters checked out a traffic light near the entrance of the Naval Observatory. It apparently had been hit by a bullet. The U.S. Secret Service confirmed that officers responded to a report of a gunshot around 1:30 this morning. The agency says that there's no indication the shooter targeted the vice president or the observatory. There are no reports of any injuries and no word who fired the shot. Roads around the area have reopened. Well, developing this afternoon, a jury has convicted Furqan Saeed of first-degree murder. That's according to the Loudoun County Attorney's Office. Saeed allegedly murdered a 57-year-old Nahat Good at a home in Ashburn back in December 2021. He later fled the country and was arrested months later in Dubai. His sentencing scheduled for July 13th. And developing now, 11 adults, 4 children are without a home this afternoon after a fire ripped through an apartment building in Prince George's County. It happened around 2 this morning on Toledo Terrace Drive, right next to the mall at Prince George's County. Now, crews are still monitoring hotspots. 2 firefighters were taken to the hospital with injuries. Investigators still trying to determine the cause of the fire. Well, new today, SpaceX has called off its first launch of a giant rocket. Elon Musk said that his company had planned to launch it from the southern tip of Texas. Officials say the issue is with the first stage booster. They could make another attempt as early as Wednesday. Wow, taking a look outside, the sun is certainly shining this afternoon. A little slight breeze with the weather and, some clouds in the sky. Meteorologist Scott Sumner's here. Latest check on the forecast. And Scott, I'm okay with the start of the work week, man. That nice day outside, and as far as where I'm from.
Absolutely. Mark, we have been in, it seems like a ritual here. Every week starts off a little on the cool side, and then we gradually warm up towards the tail end of the week. It looks like this week is no different across the area. It'll be coolest today and tomorrow, and it'll also be breezy today and tomorrow. We'll get into those winds in just a bit, but I want to show you temperatures outside, and we'll start off with a live look in here at Reagan National. 65 degrees and sunny outside, but clouds are starting to build in from the west, and I'll get into that in just a moment, but it is a pretty decent day nonetheless. And wind speeds so far are, and these are sustained wind speeds per hour, anywhere from 5 to about 15 miles an hour. So a bit of a breeze here, but every once in a while you get a little higher gusts across the region, and you can see some of those winds gusting up to nearly 30 miles an hour at Winchester, the lower 20s at Kaiser and Culpeper and Fredericksburg, as well as Lexington Park. And then we're into the teens here, upper teens, 18-mile-an-hour gusts at DC's Reagan National, and 16 miles an hour over towards Annapolis. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Plenty of sunshine here across the district, but you are starting, if you look to the west, starting to see some of those clouds, which are lined up right along the I-81 corridor here, being more cloudy than not, starting to advance across the area here. And now, does that mean we're going to see rain from this or snow? No, absolutely not. But out in the mountains, you could see some of that as we go throughout the late afternoon and going into the evening hours. Now, we did have some rainfall totals, and when I talk to you later with the weather watchers, I'll show you how much rain fell for some of those weather watchers out there. But this is some of the rainfall totals. Not very impressive over the last 2 days, but at least we did get a little bit of rain across the region. And if you're planning your afternoon, these are the numbers here. Into the 60s will hold there with a breezy conditions throughout the day.
All right, Scott, thank you. In less than an hour, students at George Washington University are planning a protest. The university's president announced that some on-campus police will start carrying guns. Our Randy Bass takes a closer look.
Yeah, protesters are planning to head out here to Kogan Plaza on the GW campus in Foggy Bottom later this afternoon, but we've also learned from police that someone was shot near the Foggy Bottom campus, just a block off of campus along Virginia Avenue yesterday around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We've now learned that person is expected to be okay, but the campus president says they are not able to respond to incidents like this. Police can't respond to incidents like this because they're not armed. They actually have to wait for other armed law enforcement to get there to help. Also saying that only GWPD's most highly qualified, high-ranking officers with specialized training will be given department-issued guns. But ahead of this afternoon's protest, students tell us they're mixed on that plan.
It's better if they don't, because again, when you're armed, you're in a state of power that puts other people at some sort of unease. So it's best to not, and it makes you feel safer without guns.
Around campus, there are flyers posted encouraging students to come out and protest if they feel strongly about officers on campus being given guns. That protest again happens here at Kogan Plaza this afternoon at 1 o'clock. The university president says there will be a chance for the public, like students, families, teachers, other community stakeholders, to comment on the plan to give officers guns in the near future. In Northwest, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Randy, thank you. New bill is on its way to Maryland Governor Wes Moore's desk that could help protect residents from civil rights violations made by their landlords. The bill would allow the Attorney General to take legal action against landlords that discriminate against certain tenants. The law gives the Attorney General the ability to work with the Maryland Commission on Civil Rights. Now, if Governor Moore signs the bill, it would go into effect on October 1st of this year. Developing now, a Maryland delegate is facing home invasion and assault charges. According to Calvert County court documents, he's accused of breaking into his aunt's home and threatening her. Delegate Jeffrey Long Jr. represents Prince George's and Calvert counties. According to court records, Long entered his aunt's home without permission. The records said that Long had a metal pipe in his hand and threatened his aunt before driving away. His aunt says that she was afraid. In a statement, Long's attorney says in part that unfortunately this appears to be a family matter, and the evidence will show that Delegate Long was not even in Calvert County at the time of the alleged incident, and he's looking forward to clearing his name. We reached out to Delegate Long to get his side of the story, but he did not respond. He's scheduled to be in court in May. Well, the White House announcing a strengthened effort to crack down on fentanyl traffickers. The Biden administration says it plans to hit traffickers by targeting their financial activities. The Department of Justice says the Sinaloa cartel makes the drug using chemicals from China and sells them to the U.S. mixed with other drugs or as counterfeit pain medications. Attorney General Merrick Garland says that federal officials aim to hurt the supply chain by working with banks here and abroad to go after the drug makers' financial accounts.
Cracking down on the supply is a multifaceted endeavor. Ultimately, what people want to do off this is profit from it. And if we can disrupt that, we're getting at a key piece of it.
The United States government is using every tool at its disposal to combat the fentanyl epidemic.
Administration also partnering with shipping carriers to cut off access to illicit substances. Meantime, the president is asking Congress to permanently classify fentanyl as a Schedule I drug. Well, today, Senate leadership will start the process to temporarily replace California Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein on the Senate Judiciary Committee. Feinstein has been absent from the Senate since February, and because of that, senators can't confirm or any federal judges. Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley takes a closer look.
California House Representative Ro Khanna, a Democrat, says it's time for Feinstein to resign completely.
I have a lot of respect for Senator Feinstein, but she's missed 75% of votes this year.
She's been out since February, dealing with a prolonged case of shingles.
We don't know if she's even going to show up. She has no return date.
This week, the Senate will start the process to replace Feinstein on the Judiciary Committee temporarily.
I think that is really an important and responsible thing to do during her absence, because we have President Biden's nominees waiting for hearings and votes.
In Feinstein's Judiciary Committee absence, President Joe Biden's judicial nominees are stuck, unable to pass out of committee to a full Senate vote.
These are issues that We're human, and we believe that a senator should be able to make their own judgments about when they're retiring and when they're not, and they all deserve a chance to get better and come back to work.
Feinstein's Democratic colleague, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand of New York, believes it's up to Feinstein, not anyone else, to determine her next move.
Dianne will get better. She will come back to work.
Others seem to show less optimism.
If this goes on month after month after month, then she's going to have to make a decision with her family and her friends about what her future holds, because this isn't just about California, it's also about the nation.
Well, many Metro rides will cost you more after board members approve the new fiscal budget, but the move also means that more riders who need help may be able to access discounted rates. DC News Now's consumer reporter Ben Dennis looks at how the changes will affect your wallet.
Well, as the saying goes, we follow the money. Metro says that they are going to increase the cost to get on the rail starting July the 1st. They say it's the price per mile for longer trips that's going up. Consumers, they express some disdain, but they are happy to see that lower income riders are getting a break.
I say it's unfair because some people can't pay for it.
A ticket to ride Metro trains, more costly starting this summer.
Cost of living is high everywhere. Increasing the price, I don't think it's a good idea.
Metro's board decided to increase the cost for train passengers traveling more than 3 miles. Those new fare hikes don't apply to late nights and weekends. Right now, an extra mile is priced anywhere from 24 to 33 cents. Starting July 1st, each mile after the first 3 goes up to 40 cents.
And it's pretty astonishing just how much, depending on distance, I have to pay for that. Sometimes it could be $2, $3, $6, so.
They're going to cap it at 6.
That's still pretty expensive.
Go one way on the red line from Shady Grove to DuPont Circle. We looked at off-peak hours. Right now, it costs $3.85. In July, the new fare jumps to $5.20. According to the new budget, Metro's rush hour flat rate will be $2. They'll cap long-distance fares at $6 on weekdays, $2 late nights. Also new in July, SNAP recipients get 50% discounts on trips. Is that a good change?
That is.
I think that's awesome, considering, I mean, aren't they trying to increase Metro ridership right now?
Right.
So, yeah, that seems like a good idea.
That achieves the goal?
Yeah, I think so.
Again, the good news for consumers here, Metro says that they will keep that $2 flat rate for weekend and late night trips on the rails. Plus, they say once their budget is fully implemented, 75% of trips will have service every 6 minutes or less. In DuPont Circle, Ben Dennis, DC News Now.